Do you have any suggestions for a couple that is starting the jiu-jitsu journey together?
Oh, man. This one hits close to home because my wife does jiu-jitsu. Except we didn't start the jiu-jitsu journey together. I'm a black belt and she's a blue belt. And there is a lot of friction there. A lot. I love my wife a lot. I love her so much. But I have trouble teaching her. What you're going to find is that when you start this journey together, do not be your significant other's coach. I don't know how else to say that. If you value your marriage and you value them, find someone else to be your coach. Now, there are some exceptions to that rule. I've seen some really great couples that there's a coach and an athlete. But in general, it's a bad idea. It's difficult to separate the equalness of a relationship off of the mat and then step onto the mat and I am in a position of power. And that dynamic change can create a lot of friction. That's not what this question was. That's a personal thing that just came out of me. Now you know a little bit more about me. But how do you start the journey together? I want you to approach it together. Don't try to be leading. Don't try to be following. Try to experience it together. I think that jiu-jitsu is going to tell you a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. Some of those things you're going to like and some things you're not. And that is equal about your significant other. You're going to find out some things about them that you may like and maybe about some things that you don't like. Do not hold that against them. Jiu-jitsu is a difficult journey. It is a journey of discovery about emotionally how tough you are, intellectually how you see space. And if you approach it as a journey together, I think it can be awesome. But it's going to take some purposeful communication and emotional reining in on things where their trials and tribulations in some instances will be very the same, and in some instances they're going to be radically different. And when they are different, my suggestion is to be supportive, and I've learned this about my relationship. Sometimes when an issue is brought up, it is not looking for a solution, but rather an ear, right? And so even if you have the answer, make sure that you're playing the role for which your significant other wants. If they want advice, give advice. More often than not, they just want someone to understand and hear the trials and tribulations that they're going through in jiu-jitsu and celebrate that as well. Try to identify, don't try to correct, I guess. Enjoy it. It's going to be an interesting and fun ride where you find out a lot about each other.